All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Beautiful Blitz Creation, Christy Robinson. I told you on yesterday that she made their shirts for myself and Mr. Steve Woodland, and she told me I better advertise her car tonight. That's my way of paying her back. I said, dog, girl. Sound like your husband got involved in this. But anyway, hey, we're gonna say she brought it is this show is sponsored by her tonight, and she putting together the information to if anybody else want to order a shirt. She said she'll get me the invoice, and so I can show it online and show you the process of how to order a shirt. Okay, all right. Now we can get down to the show itself. Let me see, can I move this out the way? Hey, like I said, I got the shirt on tonight. She told me I better wear it tonight, so I am. Like I said, like a husband, I got involved in that. I don't mean, but when they get involved, he also said, he shot me a text message that he watched the video late last night. He said, I heard you said $10, but that was that pride for you and Mr. Steve. Y'all want to know. Okay, bro. Do your thing, man. But hey, this is the shirt right here. Colorado got the stamp up there, got the Nike symbol on the side. CU patch. CU patch. I rock the hat with it. I'm telling you, man, it feel like my pajamas. Whenever I want to wear them. It's comfortable, y'all. That's all I can tell you on that. But anyway, if you want a shirt, hey, I'm gonna put some information at the bottom of the screen. There it is down at the bottom of the screen. Christy Robinson. That's who you contact. Tell you want a shirt that you saw Bernard and Mr. Steve Woodland was wearing on the show, and she got you. All you gotta do is just tell her size, and she'll tell you how the payment and plans supposed to go and all that. All right. But sometime this week she's gonna send me an invoice, and I'm gonna share it with y'all so y'all can get you a shirt. You know, I went online. She told me to go online and say, you know how much a shirt like that cost? Well, Colorado selling this shirt, Coach Prime selling this shirt like this for $80, y'all. I said, wow, I'm serious. They got the Nike design. I seen one just like it. Because I asked, I said, how you find this design? She said, I went online and saw it. And she created it. And she watched the Tuesday night show. She be working during the weekend. It had a Nike symbol, had this patch, Colorado, and the two patches on $80. That's no lie, y'all. Go online and check it out. But anyway, I got to bring the fellas up because we got something to talk about tonight. Yes, sirree. Hey, got my dog with me. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, B Watts? How
Hey,
that
man,
foot feel, man?
feel like cotton candy. Hey,
So
they call
it's
me
soft,
candy. Boy, y'all young.
even when
Hey,
I talk.
you know it. Them young Telerona, them young popcorns don't know that about that song, that boy.
Oh, yes, sir.
But anyway, man, like I said, we got an exciting show tonight, man. I'm doing a special tonight. Hey, I'm getting ready to talk about Colorado defensive coordinator Robert Livingston has his defense headed in the right direction. Congratulations to Coach Prime. To me personally, I think he got the right man. Even though we wanted somebody who was more popular, that we knew something about, but hey, it didn't go that way. But I'm telling you, Robert Levinson got this defense head in the right direction. And I got to bring up my dog himself, Coach Dre, is in the building, y'all. That's
Let's
much,
go,
man.
Coach.
Hey, got Coach Building in the building with us tonight, y'all.
What's
What
going
y'all
on,
need to
Coach?
do? What y'all need to
Hey,
do? Hit that like button. Hit the like button. I got Coach Dre and Steven on the same platform together. We've been trying for I don't know how long. We finally made it happen. Hey, right, Mr. Steve?
hey, got the man.
We
Got the
got the
man
man
to
tonight.
play.
I'm telling you. So, fellas, let's get on into the show. Check this out. Hold on, let me switch this back. But Coach Ray, how about practice day, bro?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Another day. I mean, another day in the bank. Like I always tell everybody, you got to win on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday is easy. So another day in the bank. My boys put in another hard day's work. You know, we can't complain. We just working. It's just work to us. You know what I'm saying? And when you're
Right.
doing what you're supposed to be doing, trying to touch young men's life, hey, it's always fun when you're out there on the practice field.
All right, big dog. Appreciate that. Hey, that what Coach Lewis say. Work just won't work. Work, work don't give a damn about who get it done. He just want to get it done. All right, fellas. Hey, we talking about the defensive side of the ball. That's Coach Ryan High, Robert Livingston. Now, when you look at Robert Livingston, he ain't never called no defense before he got with to Colorado with Coach Brown. So far, out of these three games, what have you noticed about Colorado defense out of these first three games? Go ahead, Steve. Then we'll go to Coach Dre.
What I noticed, he's not afraid to challenge his players. He simplifies things down for his players so his players can play fast. He gives his players an opportunity to excel, and what I mean by that, he's opening up so that each individual have an opportunity to play. All they got to do is perform and show production. What he also does, he's a great communicator. People, they love it. Every time you hear someone talk, the first thing they say, he's easy to talk to. That's the first thing in coaching. Kids got to feel comfortable going to you, talking to you, because if you one of those ones where they can't talk to you, you're not going to have a great defense because there's things that they're not going to understand. And because of the communication gap, you're never going to get that corrected. So he does that also. And what I like about him, he's not a prideful man, that which is good because he don't have his people that he would have chosen, but he's working with the people that he was given, and he couldn't have gotten a greater group of people because he should be just smiling that he didn't bring his people and he got what he got because the ones he got are good. You got some winners on his coaching staff that's with him, so that's another positive. So Coach Livingston's a fantastic guy. He's young, he's exuberant, he got the experience. He's telling them things that them guys are listening, and the younger guys are really getting it because now they're seeing how professionals act day to day as far as how they do business, and that's just a beautiful thing. So let me kick it back to y'all because I know Coach gonna tear it to pieces.
I mean, what it boils down to is what he did was, and this again, there's no knock on Coach Kelly, but Coach Kelly was a national championship defensive coordinator. He had his defense set in stone. And what Robin Livingston did was he came in and watched these kids, and then he went and made a defense that fit those guys. What you see is those guys flying around. It's not a lot of thinking. He calling the defense and saying, "Hey, if it's wrong, y'all make it right." Uh, it's just in football alignment and assignment. If we line up and do our assignment, everybody got to do their job. It's 11 men on that football field. All 11 of those guys have to do their job. Uh, what you see is him making great adjustments. Whoever he got in the booth, you got to give them a hand clap as well, because of the simple fact is they're making great adjustments. And Uncle Steve said it the best. Most defensive coordinators want their people, but he didn't have the luxury of that. He had to work with what was that, and that's what makes him an even better defensive coordinator. Because what he showed is I can work with anybody. You just give me a staff. We gonna get up. We gonna put our heads together. You working with a Hall of Famer. So what is to say that he wouldn't come in and be intimidated by a Warren Sapp, a Lewis, and then Coach Hart being with Coach Prime for 20 years? But he did. He got in there. Those guys are working hard together. They're putting together defense, and man, you can't. All you can say is, hey, I just want to keep him at least one more year, because that guy there, he's gonna be somebody's head coach or somebody's defensive coordinator in the NFL very soon. He's an up and coming football coach. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Good take, fella. Good take. I'm finna shoot this to you, Coach Dre. Then Mr. Wood. Don't get alarmed about it when I say it now. I don't mean no harm. How do you think he felt as a white man going inside the locker room with a majority black coaches?
I don't think he felt no type of way. I mean he came from Cincinnati where the head coach was Marvin Lewis. He worked under Marvin Lewis, uh, guys like that. So again, I think sometimes we put a big emphasis on that kind of stuff, but to those guys, football is football. Football don't see no color. If you can coach or if you can play it, you can play. That or you can coach. That's what it all boils down to. But what I do is he put himself in the culture. Did y'all check out how that little scratching penalty that Shador and them boys got? Did you not see him do that with them boys when Bentley got the turnover? He down there scratching the grass with them boys doing the same thing. So he's engulfed himself to know his players on and off the football field. So he knows what works for them. Again, he done coached the likes of Pac-Man Jones. Most of the guys he done coached in the NFL were black guys. So he knows the culture. He knows what he's doing. Like I said, I don't think that was a big thing. And what I'm saying is, what I saw was a bunch of coaches with no pride. I seen
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of selfless people instead of selfish people. That's the biggest thing. You saw a bunch of selfless people instead of a bunch of selfish people. And when you get those kind of coaches, you can win any day.
Good point.
Sports is one of those activities that bring people together. It doesn't make a difference what race you are. It's a brotherhood because each of you going in there, it's just like when you go in the military. It's a brotherhood. You're going in there, you're fighting for the same cause. You know, I need their back and they need your back. So it's one of the things give and take. But what I like about him is this one here. Like Coach Dre said, he's engulfed in them young men. He's in there and he's a part of it. Now, if you would have told me, if you would have brought up your boy Sean, now that was a little different. You could see it was a difference there.
That's why
He's
I
like
brought it up.
he's like now. If you'd have said him, then I could come and say, hey, he's more that dude who's the Idaho, Montana type, wilderness type guy. I would put it that way for him. But Livingston is like, hey, that's all you around. Cincinnati and all of his environment, football majority black. So it don't make a difference. If you're gonna be around the majority black players, what's the difference from coaches? It don't
Right,
make a
right,
difference. So you
right.
have a great rapport with them and you go from there. So I commend him. I'm like, I can guarantee you, he is having the best time of his life to be able to do what he's doing. He's stressed. He's stress free because if you look at his responsibility, man, he get to handle that defense, and then he got those professionals that he's working with that they really are working because they have to get to their next level just like he got to get to his next level. So they're putting in work. And it's just a beautiful thing. I guarantee you, when you really look at it, he comes and talks about this thing. His wife is going to say this was the best thing that ever happened to her family because he's spending more time with them young kids he has. I guarantee you. He's spending more time at home with them young kids. She's happy because she get to see him more, and it's better for his family dynamic. So he's on cloud 11. He's on cloud 11. So I'll just put it that. But he's handling
Okay,
it very well.
okay. Good take, fella. Good take. I had to touch on that subject because I knew, like you said, the other coaches, I didn't think they fit well with the group last year. But now, after we got through talking about Robert Leviston, got this defense head in the right direction. Both of y'all mentioned some of the coaches on the defense side of the ball. Shed some light to the people in the chat and who might watch the replay on the other coaches on the side of the defense. Mr. Wood.
I'm gonna go with one of my own. I'm gonna go with Mississippi Valley State, baby. Head coach, former head coach, Coach Dancy. Coach Dancy's a beast, man. Coach, you can hear it in his. You can hear him when he talks. You can hear his passion. You can hear the direction he wants for those young boys. He really wants them to win, and he's going out. He's coaching. Coach Dancy's coaching. When I tell you coaching, he coaching them edges, and what he's looking at is this one here. Those young men, you're looking at them now, but watch this here. This year and next year, the fruit of his labor, he's going to have some boys this year about game 6. Game 5, 6 is when they're going to turn it on, where you're going to see them numbers start increasing because of the continuity. Everything's going to start coming together because they're going to be like, okay, we corrected not going in so going inside instead of staying outside. Alignment and assignment, basically. Staying in your assignment when you're out there, your alignment when you're out there. When you start doing those things, it's like those numbers are going to go up. You also have your boy, the Hall of Famer, Mr. Sapp himself. And when you look at old Sapp, he's sapping them up. He's going out there, he's coaching those young men, him and D. Lou, and them young men are eating it up. And what I like about it, you see young men growing. What you mean? You like, Steve, what you mean growing? I saw this block bully. I saw him when he was at Houston. He didn't have those moves that he have right now with an arm coming up, and he wasn't doing that at Houston. All he was doing at Houston, he would get in that middle and he would anchor down, and you just couldn't move. And then he'd get underneath people and make the tackles. Now he has moves to go with it. So what you're going to see is this: you see development. And then I'm gonna tell you somebody else people don't get. It's two other people they don't get no credit to: Coach Hart and Coach Mathis. I'm gonna say again tonight.
You
Okay,
got
okay.
you got to lead Coach Dre song.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Get him, Coach Dre. My fault,
Yeah,
dog. Get him.
that's all right.
Hey man, and when you talk about those guys, those two last guys, they've been with Coach Prime for the longest, and he tells you
Right.
about the loyalty and the sacrifice that these men have made and have shown. I've heard Coach Hart take a brunt of a beating, and people say things about him, and people say that he can't coach and he can't do this and he can't do that, but he's been coaching his behind off. He's been coaching his butt off, and you can't say nothing but the best for Coach Hart and what he's been doing.
Good take, brother. Y'all cover the coaches. We need to shine some light on those assistant coach go. They're making a major impact also on the defensive side of the ball, along with Robert Levinson. Like I said, Coach Ryan, I think he got the right person for his defense, and they got this defense headed in the right direction. So when you look at the defensive player of the ball on that defensive line, which one of the players y'all think standing out the most on the defensive line? Go ahead, Steve.
To me, when I looked at it initially, I would have to go with Chidozie initially. Chidozie initially. When a Chidozie's ready, he's the anchor. Right now, he's the anchor for that defense. Now, what I'm gonna say is the bedrock is Shane Coates. People can say whatever they want to. Shane Coates is steady. Now, you won't go in there and somebody, oh, he's Warren Sapp, but he's steady. He's gonna play every game. He's gonna do what he's supposed to do, and he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. That's all a coach can ask for when you're talking about your players. So I would say Chidozie, me personally, on that line, that's the anchor for that defense. When he's on, that defense is cooking.
I mean, you hit it on the head. For me, I think Shane Coates overlooked. That guy done everything you asked him to do. He played out of position last year. He didn't cry. He didn't complain. He did his thing. But the dude that's been really impressing me, but he impressed me last year, is McNeil, 88. He's really been playing hard. He's been getting back there. When you sit down and you really watch the film, he's beating his man's behind. When he's down there in that technique, he's getting back there. We just got to finish when we get back there to the quarterback and things of that nature. But Shane Coates and McNeil for me, two guys that were there last year. Like I said, you can always talk about the block and what he's bringing to the table. But for me right now, it's Shane Coates and McNeil right now for me.
Good take. Free bonds. Just free bonds. Free my man Bond. They started, but he get out there and get that penalty, and he don't see no more action for the last two games. But that's okay. We're gonna free Bond. I've got a question now, Coach Drake. Let you handle this. And it's a question be watched. I heard DNVR say they should do a wildcat play with Draylon or what does that mean?
But what it means is what we do is Wildcat. All it really is you're putting another skill position, maybe a running back, maybe a receiver at quarterback, and they're catching the height, they're catching the snap, and most of the time it's a run. Uh, I guess it became real prominent with actually with Cordell Stewart when when he went to the Steelers. I know Florida ran with Tebow and stuff like that. So, but all it is you put another skill position at the quarterback position, and he's the one catching the snap, and he's either, most of the time he's running the ball himself. So that's all it is. The Wildcat ain't nothing but somebody else, another athlete catching the ball besides the quarterback.
Good take, good take. All right, Mr. Wood, check this out. Hey, chat. We talking about the defensive side of the ball. Who is y'all favorite player on the defensive side of the ball? To the chat. Put it down in the comment. We'll look at it. All right, check this out. When you look at Coach Livingston and this defense, and you look at the ends, the defensive end, BJ Green, Hayes, are you surprised they haven't gotten the minute sacks they got so far?
No, I'm a little disappointed because I thought they would start off a little faster, but I'm not surprised because it takes a lot, man. You got to do your alignment and assignment, man. Sometimes you sacrifice some things for the team. The first thing you got to do is stop that run. That's the first thing they got to do. Ain't no rushing no quarterback. You got to stop that run first. So that's gonna come. What they have to do is you can't. What hurts them, they get those penalties. Like you be talking about Barnes. When you get those penalties, you can't rush the passer because you had them in 3rd and 15. You get 2nd and 15. Somebody get a penalty, then it was 3rd and 15, and you get one of those penalties, and now they got a first down. So that hurts their rush. But they're going to get better. Those numbers are going to come up. And you also have, I'll tell you another thing that hurt them: linebackers. When they didn't have the set of linebackers that they have in there now, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference because once them linebackers and then they're doing what they're doing, clogging things up in that middle, it forces teams now they got to pass the ball. And when they got to pass the ball, now they're in their wheelhouse. So everything works for a purpose. They got the personnel right. Once the personnel is right, everybody else's numbers are going to start. What you're going to really start looking at is this here: interceptions. Now the interceptions are going up.
All right, Coach
I mean,
Dre.
he,
Go Dre.
yeah. Oh, you finna ask a
Go.
question? Go ahead, Papa.
Yeah. Um, on the defense end. I'm gonna look at that defense end. Why they can't put the pressure like we thought they were gonna do, like I thought they were gonna do, I guess, on the quarterback. Mr. Steve hit on some of it. I just want to hear your take on why they can't get that sack like we want them to see. All right, Coach Dre went out. So when you look at BJ Green, when you look at when you look at when you look at BJ Green and Hayes, what do they need to do, Coach Dre, to get back there?
I mean, we saw him get a little better this week. When I looked at the game, they were there. I mean, we just got to finish. They were beating their man. The quarterback was a little mobile. He was stepping up in the pocket, but we got a lot of pressure. So that means we're almost there. So I'm not as disappointed, I think, maybe as you are at the moment, because I think I saw progression. That those interceptions were forced by the pass rush. The interception that Hodge got and the interception that Travis got is because the quarterback was running away from those guys. Then Hayden did eventually get him a sack. So I think sacking is an art, and like Uncle Steve said, your first job is to stop the run, and then to get them in passing downs where you can pin your ears back and go try to get the quarterback because you know it's a passing down. When you don't know if it's a run or a pass down, you got to think about the run first because defensive line is really there to stop the run. That front seven, that's your job, to stop the run. So I think we got better last week than we had been. So I expect us to get some. I expect us to get about 3 or 4 of this week. I think we got 2 last week, so I'm expecting about 3 or 4 this week. But I think maybe we was thinking a little too. We was thinking it was gonna come just like that.
Okay.
I think maybe it was just us. I don't think it was just them because I've watched BJ. He's doing his job. He's jacking tackles up. He getting around them. You see how quick he got back. That's because you see how quick he beat the man because the boy snapped the ball. The quarterback wasn't ready, and BJ was there to get the ball. So you see
Right.
he beat his man. We just got to finish. So So I think sometimes it's maybe our expectation was real high. We thought we was gonna see a bunch of sacks right out the gate, but we getting pressures, we getting hurries. So every week we done got better. So I expect us to about 3 or 4 this week. I'm expecting about 3 or 4 this week.
Okay. I go with that. I go with that. I hope so. I'm looking for it. That's the that's the only thing I see about the defense that I would like to see more of. And I don't like it when the quarterback escape. When they crash down and the quarterback escape out, extend the drive, well that burns me up, man. So when I think I'm gonna like watch some more tapes to see how how could they fix that. I don't know if that defense will call for them to do like that crash down. They had Gabberson. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
Well,
just got to look at it.
when they blitzing, you notice if you go watch when they blitzing, when you blitzing, they are no longer the contained man. You get what I'm saying? So remember when I think it was Sylvan Craig, he came up and they timed the blitz correctly. The defensive end no longer becomes the contained man.
That's right.
That outside blitzer is the contained man. So now we're shooting inside. Like I said, we're trying to get there. We're trying to make sacks. Again, I saw progression from last week to this week. So I'm hoping to see the same thing this week. But like you say, you gotta stay contained when you're the contained man. And I think
Right.
sometimes we lose contained because we're trying to get to the sack.
I think
You
yeah.
get what I'm
Okay. I
saying?
do that. Yeah.
So
Hey,
so if I'm out there, he coming towards me, and then that quarterback did a good job of staying in the pocket and then stepping up and then going back outside. So if I step up, if that quarterback step up, he's gonna go outside to contain because he stepped up out of your reach. You trying to set the edge, he steps up, and now it's easier to get back outside. Some of the stuff is just, it's just football. He made some decent plays, stepping up in the pocket and getting outside. So we just got to keep the contain. I think that's really the real deal.
you want some else, Steve?
Well, just like Coach Dre said, if you look at that, when you said free Barnes, now the edges are bringing the quarterback in straight to the tackles. That's when McNeil, Coates, and your boy Free Barnes, those should be sacks because they're bringing the quarterback straight to you. Because the quarterback, if you looked at him, I saw him quite a few times. He stepped straight. He took 3 or 4 steps up, and that defensive tackle should have had sacks. If they would beat their man, because one of them is not getting double teamed. So
Right.
whoever that D tackle that's not getting double teamed, they got to win. You
Right.
got to win. You got to win, and those were sacks. So if you look at it, the sacks should be there, and they're gonna come because just like Coach Dre said, McNeil is beating the people a lot. So what they need to do, and I saw some what Buell last game beat some people a lot too. So what they're gonna have to do, they're gonna have to get a team of getting Barnes or who a block bully to get double team and then free McNeil and Buell them up so that they can get in there and get those sacks.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Hey, when you look at the linebackers room, all of them, like I say, I think the defense headed in the right direction. When you look at all of them, we ain't gonna leave nobody out of what each linebacker brings to the team. We're gonna start with Trevor Wood. What do Trevor Wood bring to the team under Coach Robert Leviston, Coach Dre?
He brings the leadership. He brings the game experience. Uh, he gives us a surefire guy that can cover the tight end and running backs on those third down and long situations. Uh, he's gotten better at tackling. He's put on some weight, but his leadership and his game time experience is his biggest attribute right now. And that he can cover tight ends and running backs. Uh, and make it difficult on third downs for you in distance. I think we'll see him more in the nickel package now because of what we saw from the other two guys. But the leadership, the game time experience that he has, and how he can guard tight ends and running backs. I think that's his strength right now.
Good take. Go ahead, Steve.
You don't have to add anything else to it. He's a nickel. He's going to be in the nickel package, and that's where he needs to be. And he needs to perform when he's there. When he's there, he needs to ensure that he's guard that tight end and ensure that back coming out or whatever the case may be. and get the team off the field because it should be a third and long when he out there. So if that's the case, he's in there, make his tackle, do his part. But the key for Trevor Woods is this: they trust him. Coach Prime trusts him, and if Coach Prime trusts you, you're gonna get on that field. Period. That's just the way it is.
Good take, fella. Good take. Good take. Good take. All right. When we look at the linebacker coach, Coach Hart, Coach Ray, how has he done this year?
He's done a fabulous job. Coaching the guys that again I keep telling people told us he doesn't develop linebackers. He can't recruit linebackers. He don't go get linebackers that can play well. He recruited Hill Green, and you see what he's doing. Uh, JB has been coached by Coach Hart, and you saw the maturation from Bentley from 1 year to the next. So when you talk about a guy that can't coach, when you hear Bentley talk about him, he gives you the tools. He tells you that Coach Hart is giving those guys the tools. So I don't want to hear that anymore. I told people that the man was a good coach. He had been established. He wasn't just riding Coach Prime's coattail. That he could coach the game of football, and he's showing it. His linebackers are showing it. Right now, they're one of the strengths of the football team. So I'm so proud and happy for him. So people can shut up, and I do mean shut up and stop talking about the man can't coach. He just rides somebody's coattail. The guys that he's been coaching, they've been showing up. It takes a big man to not say much. He doesn't. He takes it. He takes it with a smile. He keeps coaching. And I love the guy a lot because of the way he handles business.
That's my dog, boy. Go ahead, Steve.
I can tell you this one here, coming with me hearing all these wonderful people who know football and tell you how much they know football. That dude took some lashes, man. Coach Hart been taking lashes. When I say lashes, I'm talking about some lashes. Some people been out there talking about the man character and all he does is riding. We need to stop it. It's amazing to me that when you deal with other coaches, and hear me now. I'm a Bill Belichick to the T when it comes to coaching. But he had his sons on his coaching staff. Ain't nobody going to my some, oh, he can't coach. His son ain't coached nothing, but he was with his daddy. Now, I'm not saying, but he's a good coach now. Now he is because of the experience that he was provided. But all I'm saying is this one here. People, I'm just amazed. It's in their mindsets. When it comes to us, we can't do nothing. I'm like, I'm like, y'all do know Booker T. Washington. You start doing some history where it's people up there of color that really know their stuff. It ain't like we just got out the field or nothing. So hear me when I'm telling this, and I don't like that mentality. They will criticize a man, they will lash him, they will beat him, and they will talk about him like a dog. Anything that happens, they're gonna go and bring it up. But Coach Hart, thank you. Thank you, Coach Hart. Thank you for being a professional. Thank you for taking the high road because if it was me, I ain't taking that road. You could say whatever you gonna say. We can play it. If you want to go to dozens, we can go to dozens. We can go to 24s. It don't make no difference. But thanks to Coach Hart, he did his thing. He coached these young men. They are developing. And what I like about it, he has a group of linebackers that are for the future. He ain't just got the right now. He has future linebackers that are really that young man from Florida that he got that people don't even talk about no more. Don't nobody talk about that young linebacker from Florida that he got that was that freshman. So I'm like, you need to realize that linebacker room is healthy and it's gonna get better. So good job, Coach Hart. Keep doing what
Hey,
you're doing and keep your head up.
and then another thing is what people don't see is from that linebacker room, it's a lot of them guys on those special teams. Like Gage Goldberg done been on every trip. He done been on every trip. He hasn't missed a trip. Gage Goldberg has been on every trip. So what does that say about the man coaching ability? You know what I'm saying? But we just, like I said, we just nobodies, man. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing.
Yeah. So, all right, we don't talk about Trevor Wood at linebacker, and when we talked about Coach Hart, like I said, the defense is headed in the right direction. When we look at the linebacker room, we look at Hill Green and his leadership. and his communicating skill. Hey,
Hunter comes out for this snap. Ooh, Marshall. Oh, goodness. How many times have we seen Nakai Hill-Green lower the boom?
Oh, my goodness. I love Nakai Hill-Green.
I love the way he played too, dog. Coach Drake, when they made that move, whoever decided to make the move, Coach Hart, he the linebacker coach. I think he made the suggestion, along with some of the coaching staff, to Robert Livingston. We're gonna make this move, and Coach Prime stopped it. That move, what have that move did for this defense?
I think Uncle Steve can vouch for me. About 2-3 months ago, I told people I hadn't saw him play. All I did was heard him talk, and I told people off the top. I said that guy needs to start for the University of Colorado. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. He brings energy. He brings everything. He's what you're looking for at linebacker. When you look up linebacker, boy, Hill Green is there. Uh, he does everything right. But when you listen to that guy talk, again, it's about the little things that he do right. But again, I'm always tell y'all, Coach Prime coaches through life. So he wasn't just gonna hand it to him. He was gonna let them guys go out there. They had been putting in the work and doing the right things because they had did nothing wrong. But now when I can put it on film and I can show you, hey, look at the difference when you're out there and the difference when he's out there. And anybody with two eyes and anybody with good football IQ, you see what it is. And that's all it was, guys. It wasn't that we didn't think that Nakai Green should start. It's just the way that Coach Prime coaches. He gave those other young men an opportunity to show that they could stay in there or could play better than him. And it just showed from North Dakota State to Nebraska to up to Colorado State that you need to have 41 on the football field most of the downs. Most of the downs, 41 needs to be on the football field. He should have the D on his jersey for the season over with. That's just my opinion.
Well, what I think happened was this one here. You know, when the football team first starts their morning off there in that room and everything, and they playing music and stuff, what happened was Coach Hart put on there Shalimar, make that move. And it just hit him. It was an epiphany. We got to make this move. We got to make this move, and we got to make sure we put Hill Green in this game because he is the hit. He's the hit that keep on going. And I'll tell people all the time, I just looked at them. Their names make too much sense. You got to be heel bent not to put them in the football game. So, like I said, you got to be heel bent not to put them in the football game. They are the key. They are going to be the nucleus to that football team. So, and they are the glue. And when you have Hill Green, a professional that he is, and what I liked about it, Coach Dre hit on it. Other players, I'm going to say Hill Green and Bentley, you can't complain about not playing. This guy, if anybody should have been complaining to see some of the performance that was going on, and he's sitting over there looking like, come on, man. I know I can handle that. But he was such a professional. Never gripe, never said anything, had his lunch pail, did learn what he's supposed to. He got the second group even better, and that's what got him in the thing. Because when you're out there, if you're not on the first string, you're on the second string. So that group kept getting better and better. And the glue, and people started looking at it like, wow, they're getting better because of him. And then you see on the field that boom, when he's in the game is different. They're more physical, they're hitting holes, they're more aggressive, and you hear more clacking out there when they out there. So that's what I like. So Hill Green, I salute you, young man, because you are a professional.
So when you look at Bentley, Coach Ray, the improvement he done made from last year to this year, what do you see in his game that stands out to you?
He was already physical. He was always the thumper back. I always liked him when I saw him blitz and stuff, but he looked like he went and added some other stuff to his game. His tackling has got a lot better. And then like I said, he's reading and reacting, and I think that's more to Coach Livingston's defense than it is anything else. Again, you were playing in a defense that was already set in a line, and either you can do it or you don't. I think Livingston adjusted the defense to fit him and to make sure that when he got the understanding of where he needs to go and where he needs to be, defense. That's what you want defensive guys to do. You don't want them to have to think that much. You want them to just read and react, know their job, and go do it. And Bentley does that at a great level. And again, I have to go back to Coach Hart. I think that whatever they did in the off season, he got stronger, he got bigger. I think
Right.
he got a little quicker. He looks a little quicker out there, filling those holes and stuff. So that off season with Coach Mo and the guys, I think that helped him out. But just being in a system that fits the players instead of being in a system that you just got to fit into, I think that was the biggest help for Bentley.
I will go with this one here. I'm gonna give some of that credit to Hill Green. I truly believe Hill Green studies to such a level, and now they're studying together.
Right.
Now the understanding is Hill Green is calling out certain assignments, and when Hill Green is calling those assignments out, all Bentley needs to do now. Okay, I'm hitting this here. Just like JB, when you see JB in there with Hill Green, they are hitting holes, they're hitting those assignments, and they can be free as far as their playing game. But what I like about Bentley this year, Bentley making plays.
Yeah.
Bentley should have had an interception. Bentley did a takeaway. Bentley getting sacked, back there with sacks and stuff like that. Bentley getting hits behind the line of scrimmage. Bentley is a playmaker.
He
That's what
make
he is. He's a playmaker. So you have to give that young man his props. And he's a professional. So kudos to Bentley. Keep on, hey Bentley, keep hitting them. Keep hitting them.
Yeah, them two linebackers, boy, they showed up made a difference for Colorado on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that's the group that's going to lead them to the Big 12 championship. That's just my opinion. So when we look at the other linebacker like JB, the progress he done made, the patience he's showing, and whenever he hit the field, he making most of it. What y'all think about JB as a linebacker for Coach Prime this year?
I mean, you hit it on the head. He's just playing like he played at Jackson State. He was the guy who I think he had the best spring. I think he had the best fall camp. And again, I just think you got two guys in front of him that's just right now that's older, a little bit more seasoned. But you got to remember, JB can come back. So to know that he's getting on the field, he's getting it done, he's playing at a high level again. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's getting his opportunities. And the biggest thing is what you said. Every time he gets out there on the field, he's making you know that 42 was there, and that's all you can do is put yourself in position that when the coach turn on the film, and 42 on the field, 42 making a play, he's making a difference, and that's what he's doing. So I love the maturation I saw from him. I think last year he took a step back again. He had to fit into a defense instead of a defensive guy making it fit around what's best for him. So that's the biggest thing. But yes, love the maturation from JB. Expect to see some big things and help us out later on during the season because it's a long season. Injuries could happen, all kind of stuff, tiredness, all kind of things. So I think he has to be ready to go.
I'm looking at JB for this one here. JB is an integral part because what I'm looking at with these happy teams, you're gonna have JB where they probably gonna have three linebackers in there because they need to plug them holes up. You also have with JB. JB is gonna realize it was a blessing for him to play on the edge last year because what they should be doing with JB, they should be moving JB around so he can get on like Nebraska did, putting a linebacker or an end on that side, an extra body on that side, a JB type body, so that they can come across that edge too. So you can do so much with JB that, when you have a body like that, a physical specimen like that, you want to move him around. You want to make him attack. All JB needs to do is attack. He's like that attack dog, attack, and he gone. And when he hits you, you've been hit. So JB, for him to learn from a professional such as Hill Green and Bentley, his game is just going to go to another level next year where he probably going to be the man. So it's a good thing. Good job on old JB. JB, keep pounding them, baby, because it's coming for you. Your time is coming.
All right. Uh, Also got two more other linebackers that I think gonna make a difference for the team coming up so far this year. and they're making a difference on the special team. That's Webster and Johnny Chainsaw Chain on them kickoff. They them when they kick that ball off, you ain't seen too many run backs. You ain't seen too many people take that ball beyond that 30-yard line because Webster, Hill Green, and Goldberg them, they dying now, bro. All you gotta do is watch the numbers. They the first one dying now, along with that number, I want to say 28, the white guy. They dying up. Ben, they dying up, bro. They hustling. So what y'all think about the two linebackers that's on the special team?
What you think about those guys is what Coach Prime told y'all from the beginning. For you to make an NFL roster, you're gonna have to be able to play these special teams. And I know people get all in their feelings and this, that, and other, but these guys are setting themselves. They all them guys. Even I think Cheney might have another year, but Webster, Goldberg, JB, and all them younger guys that's on those special teams, they got a chance to come back and get better. So being on special teams and they know their role, and they're playing it. They're not trying to be. They know what they need to do for their team and they're doing it. And that's when you know you got a good football team. When it ain't
Mhm.
about me, it's about the name on the front of the jersey. And they're going down there and they're selling out. Like you say, they are the first. Well, you see 22, you see 25, 55
Mhm.
down there, and 28. And what you see from a guy like Ben and why you love him is because look at his excitement. Ben
Yeah.
know he might not play one
Right.
down
There
on
you
the
go.
defense, but
There
his
you go.
excitement and what he know that I can make a difference for my football team doing this right here. And when you got kids like hey, like I say, that's the kind of stuff you look for to have a good football team. That's the kind of stuff you look for to have a good football team. So again, like I believe that Cheney gonna get his opportunity. Also, I believe that Webster gets opportunity as well.
Good punt. Good take.
Those young men are they're learning. They're learning and they're also getting to play. When you're always saying, "Oh, I wish I got on the field." You're getting on the field. And what you're seeing, they're taking advantage of the opportunity of getting on the field. Their special team play from this year compared to last year, night and day. The talent level is better. Not only is the talent level better, the enthusiasm that they are sold in when it pertains to this pertains to special teams because they understand my time is coming. No, their time is right now, and you could be that one to make that big hit that could change the game. You could get a fumble, you could get a touchdown. You got to go out there and do your part so that when y'all at the end of the game you get that big win, we'll be talking about, man, did you see Wester go down there and hit that guy and take it? And they took the ball and Ben picked it up and went in for a touchdown that saved Colorado's season. Those things are important, and they need to know they are important because each player on that team has to get better, and then you never know if an injury comes. If an injury comes, Coach Dre always say this here, you're one play away from being on that field. And if
Right.
that's the case, those young men, instead of worried about being on that field, they better be prepared that when their number is called, they're ready. It's a difference. You need to be ready, not be worried about being on the field, but you need to be ready for when your number is called because it's gonna come. Be ready.
Good take, fella. Good take. Yeah, it's a long season, man. So let's transition this things to the defensive back, the cornerbacks. DJ McKinney. Coach Brian went on the record again and said he think he a pro. Said this guy got all the attributes they need to play cornerback. And so far, the guy done held up. So what y'all think about DJ McKenna on that opposite side of Travis Hunter, that cornerback, Coach Dre?
I mean, you pick your poison for me. You want to throw at him or you want to throw at Travis. It don't make me no difference who you throw at. Them boys playing football. I mean, that's what the NFL is moving to, those tall, linky corners, and he has that. I mean, anytime you don't threw it his way, he done knocked the ball down. He done made the play. He done made tackles. Prime said it in the press conference. Y'all don't talk about him, but we talk about him every day. When
Right,
scouts come in here, he told you on more occasion that DJ McKinney done made money. But again, DJ McKinney can come back next year and be the man. And he wants to be a first rounder. So if DJ is not projected to be a first rounder, you look for DJ McKinney to come back and play another season and shut down and be the number one corner on this defense. So you can't. There's nothing bad to say about this guy. He had the experience. He's doing what we expected him to do. And so now teams have to worry. It's like, do I want to throw it over here to his side, or oh yeah, 12 over there. So it's like I say, it's just pick your poise, how you want it. We'll give it to you either way you want it. But that guy's really, really good cornerback. I think he's a first round draft pick. But they say he's not a first rounder. We'll happily take him back next year to go with this great secondary that we got.
I just put it this way, plain and simple. You got NFL talent back there. Stoudemire, Hood, McKinney, and I'm like, they the future, but that's NFL talent. And when you have things like that, I ain't talking about Travis. Travis the top 5 pick. That's different there. But I'm naming guys that I'm telling you right now, that's NFL talent. And you can go in the SEC if you want to. Go in the SEC. Because Hood, when it was in the SEC, he would have been starting at Auburn. And Auburn got a fantastic group in their backfield. They got 2 guys, that one for sure, that will be in the NFL. Got a high draft pick in the backfield, a cornerback that's going to be in the NFL. So my point is this one here. You could take them to the SEC, and these boys here still will be playing on that team. They will be getting significant time. They're that talented. They were starting for their own team. The boys playing for Oklahoma State. He was starting over there corner against in the championship game with Texas. And he played very well. So me saying that, he has awesome talent. I plan to see him back next year with the future Buffaloes backfield, him, Stoudemire, and Hood. And I'm telling you right now, lockdown city next year. Lockdown city with the experience they're going to have. It's going to be their team. It's going to be Colorado. Colorado is nothing but up. I see great things. So that's what I see with it.
All right. We talked about DJ McKinney. Let's talk about this. He putting all the effort in, not just on offense. He giving you everything on the defensive side too. So when you look at Travis Hunt on the defensive side, Coach Dre, what does he bring to the team?
He's Himothy. He's Himothy. You throw the ball over here if you want to. Don't think about throwing the ball over here. Don't think about running the ball over here, because I hit you too if you don't think I hit you. He's what you want. He's what you want at the corner. He's what you want at the cornerback position. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And Prime said, and I didn't think about this until Prime said it today. He's right. Most colleges play at a tempo, right? Trying to
Right.
keep time, but not in the NFL. They don't do that. They go to the huddle. So you trying to tell me you're going to let a kid who already playing over 100 snaps in college with a tempo, running fast, moving fast, you finna let him get a break? And then talk about guarding your best guy? Come on, man. But what he brings is the experience, and he picks other people up. Travis knows what he can do, but I think he gives the other guys in the secondary the courage to play like, hey, I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. I think he gives those guys that kind of courage. When you play with a guy like that, hey, all I got to do is do my job. But then when your best player go run down a kid when it look like he can walk into the end zone and show that, hey, I'm going to give us another chance to fight, another down, a bend but don't break. Hey, hey, listen, again, guys, he's the best football player in college football. Kids like Travis Hunter only come around every 20 to 30 years.
You got that right.
So I think people need to sit back and relax. We get to where we think we're gonna go. He'll be in New York. Because you can't deny he's the best football player in college football, and everybody knows
it. If you notice that, that's the same thing he did in the TCU game. He's relentless. TCU player, football running back, thought he had a touchdown. Travis walked him down. So I'm just saying, hey, the top five pick. They need to quit calling that trophy the Heisman Trophy winner, because if you're saying it's the best football player in college football, we can stop talking. We didn't say he's the best quarterback. The Heisman really need, the people who vote for the Heisman really need to be true to themselves, because they always talk about we're football purists. You can't be. But see, that's when you move the football. This when you move that goal. And
Yeah.
listen to what I'm saying. You hear all these people run their mouth. Oh man, I know football. I go back when they were Paul Horning, and I go back when Red blah blah blah, the Red Baron or whatever you want to say. And they were running the wishbone. And they run their mouth and they talk about how pure football is and how the history. But you got an award that says the best football player in college football. That's what it says for Heisman. The best, and if that is the description, you need to give that to the individual that it describes. And if you're telling me that he's not a guy that's a first round pick as a receiver and a first round pick as a cornerback, and he does both, and he does it at a high level, what are we talking about? So I quit describing Travis. The only thing I tell people, pay that man.
Coach Trey, what Travis the best at? Wide receiver or defensive back?
Me personally, if you make me say he had to play one, but I would never make him do it. It would be receiver, because what he does, like when y'all watch him warm up and the one hand catches he makes and the things he do, like, hey, I just you ain't seen it before, not like that. The only person I used to see do kind of stuff like that is Randy Moss. And if you make me press me, I'd say receiver. But if any, like I think RG3 said it, I don't care what you need. If you got the first pick in the NFL draft, if you don't draft Travis Hunter, I don't know. There's something seriously wrong with you. I don't care if you
Yeah.
need an offensive tackle, man. I want Travis Hunter. And then for people to say, oh well, somebody asked one time, oh well, you got to win the Heisman Trophy. That's a lie, because Florida was 5-7 when Tim Tebow won the Heisman. I'm letting y'all know that they was 5-7 when Tim Tebow won the Heisman. No SEC championship, no bowl game, no none of that. They just simply thought he was the best player in college football. So I don't want to hear about you got to have all of that. So if Travis Hunter don't win the Heisman, I might have a problem.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro. We both gonna have a problem. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, I'm at I'll have to go with Coach Dre, and the only reason I'm going with receiver is this one here. Receiver's going to be making 40 million a year. I want that man to get paid. I want that man to get paid, and also
Hey
not only
Steve,
get.
but here's my thing. I think you gotta ask. If I'm him, I'm asking for anywhere from 65 to 70, because you got,
Because
if I play both, because I play both. You got to pay you. Travis Hunter is gonna make it to where kids gonna want to play both, or make it where NFL people gonna start thinking, well, I need to be because you gonna be able to ask for that kind of money. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. He gonna be able to ask for that kind of money.
because you got an extra player now on your team. And that's what people don't realize. The NFL only has X amount of slots that can be on that field. So you got a guy that's doing two at a high level, at a first round pick level. So yeah, like I said, you got to pay him his 40 million for receiver, and then half of that 20 million, you're gonna have to pay him that for being a defensive back. He needs to get paid. So I would put him as receiver. The reason I say receiver, he's explosive. He's going to be able to do things for you offensively as far as open up the game. And he makes things easier for a quarterback, because basically he is the quarterback. He's that intelligent. And then you turn around and say, oh, I can put him over there at DB. And at DB, I can put him on the best player or even the second best player and shut some people down, so to make your defense even better where, you're doing that. So
Mm.
Travis is futuristic.
He said pretty okay. All right, that's a new one though. But Steve, you come up with some names, boy. All right, Coach Dre. Uh, we talking about Colorado defense coordinator Rob Levinson has CU defense headed in the right direction. Now, when you look at that defensive back, they got a guy sitting there on the bench. When he come out that bench, He's that dude, Colton Hood. What y'all think about Colton Hood? What do he bring to the table for Colorado defensive side of the ball?
What he does is, again, I already told you to pick your poison on which side. But when I take Travis off the field, or if I have to take DJ off the field, all we doing is getting we ain't losing nothing. We ain't
Right,
losing one thing. So throw the ball over here. Throw the ball over here if you want to when 3 get in the game. We gonna shut it down. That kid, like you say, when you play against the top tier, he'd be starting at University of Auburn right now, and I think the University of Auburn is ranked in the top 10, right? So
right,
he right now, if he stayed at Auburn, he'd be on a top 10 football team starting, and he's the backup to 2 guys that are future first rounders. Again, we got to get 10. We got to find a way to make sure he gets 10 to 15 plays. I think he'll be able to get it because the deeper we get into Big 12 play, I'm not saying that I don't want Travis to get all those snaps. I just hope that he doesn't. So I just want to find a way where Hood is getting anywhere from 10 to 15 snaps at that cornerback spot, or we go into a special defense where he's on the football field. But he's a legitimate starter that he behind 2 guys that are surefire first rounders in our book. But he's electrifying. He playing his role on special teams. I think he's on kickoff and stuff of
yep,
that nature. And so when you have that's the kind of talent you got on your special team, a kid that can be in the SEC starting. So yeah, but I think the world of that kid. He's another kid. He doesn't gripe. He doesn't complain. I think he knows his role. I think he knew it when he came to the University of Colorado. I had a they're gonna give me a chance to battle DJ McKinney. If I beat him out, they'll give it to me. If not, I know I'll be the guy that's going back and forth with DJ, and when Travis gets tired, I'm gonna be the guy coming in. So I think he knows his role and he's playing it, and that's what makes a good football team.
It's nothing more to be said. SEC player that would be starting on the top 10 team, and then you turn around with him. He's learning from some of the best. He's learning from the best. And
right.
Travis, he learning from the best. And I tell you what, it also helps in that Hodge is over there because Hodge is such a professional. And when you got this here kind of talent, Hodge, Travis, and McKinney, and then you got Coach Mathis and Coach Prime with you, all you're doing is iron sharpening iron. He's getting better and better, and they're preparing him for this long season because he needs to know his time is coming. His time is coming. He just needs to be ready when his time is coming, and he's ready. That young man is biting at the bit. So you got when I just love the backups that Colorado have now. Before, they don't have no depth. They ain't got no depth. One person go, man, if somebody go down with a little nick right here, boom, here you go. Place this person in there, and you're not missing a beat. So good on Hood. We need more hoods out there. We need more boys in the hood. So as long as we got them, we like the ones we got, and we want to keep all 3 of them. If they got some more of them, bring them on too. But Hood is an outstanding pick for CU.
Coach Dre, Preston Hodge. Go ahead, Steve.
Preston Hodge is a true professional. He came off a 12-0 team, Liberty, and he came to CU with all that playing experience. And not only with the playing experience, all you say about a Colorado player is the majority
You know what?
professional.
Got you.
Yeah, you say
Yeah,
professional. And
Bob Sanders type of guy, a guy that you saw what he can do. He rangy. He can go from side to side. He can come down in the nickel. He gonna hit the run. He can come down and hit running backs and tight ends and guys of that nature. I think he's a bona fide pro. Uh, a great pickup for us. And I like the guy behind him. So I thought that I kind of was going with Herman. I thought it might be Herman at the beginning, but Preston Hodge has showed guys why he's the starter. I have nothing. I think we got the best secondary in the country. I know I say we got the best receivers in the country. You tell me a better foursome in the back end than what we got in, and show me their production, and I'll put our production up against anything. But Hodge, I think he's a surefire pro. Bob Sanders, like I said, Bob Sanders type guy who can make all kind of plays everywhere.
I'm just a Hodge fan. When I say a Hodge fan, Hodge numbers are going to increase for this season. He will be in the NFL because he's one of those glue type players that's going to be special teams and a nickel package. You just love those players because you get them in a late round or a mid round, and they'll be in the NFL for 13, 14 years. And that's what he's going to do. True professional, been played in winning environments, came there. He's a team player when it pertains to, CU football, to come in there, come in this kind of environment. And he's prepared to do great things. So he comes in and he's producing. People don't realize, I watched that tape. He pops. Yeah, people, I don't say, he pops. He pops. You can see he is on his player. He is on them like glue. And all it's going to take, just like last time, the more pressure you put on that quarterback and get him uncomfortable, their numbers goes up.
Good take, fellas, on the defense cornerback. All right, let's switch to the safety. Cameron Simeon Craig. He's the most physical safety on Colorado this year. Steve.
Yeah, he dog. He Tyron Matthew. He remind me of that he it, man. He it. Not only is that, he just he oh my goodness. He's one of them dudes, man. You like, if I'm going somewhere and we gotta handle some business, that's the dude I want with me. That's the dude I want with me. He ain't got to be the biggest, but I can guarantee you, I know he ain't gonna be running. We gonna be 10 people. We gonna be together. If we get 10 against 10, we gonna still hold it down. We ain't running. We ain't holding nothing back. He's that type of dude. His enthusiasm. He wants it. That's one guy who want to eat. He has a purpose. He knows what he wants. People done told him all his life he's too small. People done told him all his life he ain't big enough. People done told him he ain't gonna be able to do this. And all he keep doing is proving people wrong. I will never tell that young man he ain't going to the NFL because even if he had to just do special teams, he's one of them dudes. He gonna make a roster because he's one of them guys. You like, I got to have him on my team. We need 10 of them. So he's a bad man. Is all I tell you.
When you talk, we throw around dog a lot with a lot of
Right.
guys and say that he's the definition. He is the definition of what you want. And they done let him off the leash. They done had him on the leash a little bit, but now they done let him off. He's the definition of real football. He
Yeah.
he epitomizes what it is to play this game. He know he ain't big enough. He been told he ain't fast enough. He don't do this. Oh, you won't go to big time school. Well, if you go to Jackson, even if you go to Jackson, you won't start. All he did was start as a freshman. Oh, you gonna follow Coach Prime to Colorado? You will never play. And then for you people that say, oh well, Coach Prime, he played daddy ball and favorites and all that. Simeon Craig didn't start last year for University of Colorado. But he was in the rotation. He waited his time and he didn't skip the line. And then when his time came, he made an impact, interceptions, and hitting people and doing what he wanted. And then when he didn't give it back. So all he wants you to do is give him a chance to come in the door. Just give me a chance to just let me in the party. I'll turn it out. Just let me in the party. I'll turn it out. That's just simply what he is. And then he holds himself accountable as well as others. When you hear a kid stand up and say, hey, I know I've been messing up for the last two games, to the last two practices, and nobody said one word.
Right.
But I know on the inside that I ain't gave y'all 110%. I ain't been there on run fits, and I haven't done this. Ain't nobody said one thing. So when a man can look himself in the mirror and check himself, he definitely can check other men. He is the true definition of dog.
Good take, fellas, on that. Good take on that. Hey, when we look at our defense, get ready to go up against Baylor for homecoming. What do y'all expect this defense? What do y'all expect from the defense side of the ball coming home for homecoming, Coach Ray?
Again, I'm always say this. I don't want us to start looking ahead. I know what people saying about Baylor. It's a big game because it's the next game. So what I expect for us to do is to go out and do what we've been doing. We done played the last 7 quarters, we done got better each quarter. So I expect us to get better these next 4 quarters that we play defense for Colorado. I expect a few more turnovers. We got 3 last week. So we can get about 3 this week, maybe even squeak in a 4th. I'll be good. We're going to turn up the sacks. I expect them to do what they've been doing and Livingston to make adjustments. This defense is playing fast and they're playing physical and they're flying around. And the biggest thing, guys, y'all see, they having fun.
Right.
And you know why you can have fun? You can have fun because you know your job, you're doing your assignment, and you won every day during the week. I keep telling you, we didn't have that kind of energy when we walked into Nebraska. And when you don't, you can tell when we didn't win every day this week. So they kind of skeptical, can we win? When they walked into Colorado State, you saw everybody with that swag. They had their smiles on. They was giggling. They was having fun with each other. And when you have that kind of atmosphere, that means you guys did everything you needed. The little things that week you've been doing them. And you watch film, you was prepared, and you went out there and played. So that's what I expect today. I expect for them to be prepared, line up, do their job. Nobody try to be a superhero and just come out and do what we've been doing, dominating deep offenses for the last 3 weeks.
I expect them to come out being physical with Baylor. I also come to see that they are going to make some adjustments with Baylor. But it's Coach Dre, football is simple. Every week you want to get better and better. It's a building block. You're building. You want to put the puzzle together. In order to put a puzzle together, you got to get better. You got to put every piece has a place that go on the board. And when it comes to football, each individual have their place and where they need to be on that board or on that field. And when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, I'm just saying basically, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to be fine. But when you start winning, as far as I'm winning my assignment, then you're going to be great. And what I see for CU against Baylor, I see some individuals winning their assignments, which is going to create turnovers for the defense, and it's going to put points on the board. What I look for this week, I look for a touchdown by the defense. That's what I'm looking for this week for the defense. If you watch how the games are proceeding, it's that time for the defense to get a turnover for a touchdown. And it could be a pick a ball up for a recover a ball and take it all the way in. But I see a cornerback picking it off, taking it all the way back. That's what I see.
Hey, we got Shiloh down. How has Stoudemire performed for this defense so far?
Lights out. Lights out. But what y'all fail to realize is he's built for this. He was built for this. Cremona McClain is my guy. He's from Florida. He came in there. He wasn't ready, and that kid played before Cremona McClain. So what y'all thought? Y'all jumped on his back because him and Coach Prime had words on the sideline. And he did see that his daddy and Coach Prime good friends. So I knew that was just water. There's gonna be water under the bridge. The kid got hurt. He's a testament to the strength and conditioning staff and the doctors. He's come back 100% ready to go. And what that tells you is that he was in that room when he was hurt, studying when Livingston got there, learning that defense. Because for you to come straight out and come in here and the first. Hey, if he said it today that when Silman Craig got hurt, he was like, hey, if Silman Craig can't go, you'll play there. Then Silman Craig was healthy, and Shiloh was healthy. He said you the first man in the rotation. Then Shiloh gets hurt, now you the guy. So what does that say about you and what you were doing? That means you was doing your job. You was doing the little things that we always talk about to get yourself ready. Again, you only one play away. And so now it's your time. And to go ahead and get them reps, to get that secondary right, because again, Uncle Steve said a serious thing. Cotton Hood, DJ, and Stoudemire all come back. So you only got the plug and play, and then you like you say, you got them young boys that's itching back there, ready to go and learning from these boys, and that's what you like to see. I see Shiloh. I see Shiloh over there. He's not trying to duck and dodge and hide and feel sorry for himself. He out there with his teammates, coaching up them young boys. And so Stoudemire, I'm so proud of that guy. He didn't listen to the noise and listen to all that hate and all that naysaying. He just work. Got himself in a position to be ready to play. And he's holding up his end of the deal.
I'm Team Stoudemire. I've been Team Stoudemire ever since last year. People go review any film you want to talking about me when I'm talking. I'm Team Stoudemire 1,000%. I see the future. I'm telling you, I see the future. And that defensive backfield is strong. That linebacker group is strong. I ain't talking about just now. I'm talking about in the future. I'm going to tell you how good Stoudemire is. People ain't talking about Shiloh. And Shiloh is going to be in the NFL. But people aren't talking about Shiloh. That's the level that boy is playing at. That young man is playing. And the more he stays in that position, the more comfortable he's going to get. And the next thing you're going to see, you're going to see him start stepping up even more where he's going to say, hey, this is our team. And that's what you want to see. You want to see them young players come out and say, hey, this is our team. And when the offense is over there, I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, B-Watch, y'all need to join the show. You can watch the show when we out there, but when we get off this field and give you the ball, then you need to join the show because the defense is the show. And that's what we come to watch, and they need to let the offense know each and every time. We love you, but you going to watch us. You going to watch us. It's going to be like old David Ruffin. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. That's what they're going to tell him. I know you want to leave us, but I refuse to let you go.
Let me go. Yeah, that defense lights out, y'all. I love
It
this
lights
defense,
out.
man. They are show, man. Like I told her about 3 shows ago. Tell should do it. He ain't got to force it. He ain't got to throw no interception. If the play ain't there, check it down or throw it out of bounds and punt the ball away. Don't go to that sideline on fourth down when we take the field. Stand up on the sideline by your dad and get ready to watch this show. Cause we been put on the show. That's the attitude BJ Green, Hill Green, all of them guys on that defense need to be. And Free Barnes. I'm telling you, Free Barnes now. 6'5", 330, came from Alabama. Free Barnes, Coach Prime. I know you're watching, Coach Prime. Free Barnes. That Free Barnes. You started. Yeah, he gonna do it. No, he ain't disciplined. It ain't that he ain't disciplined. I don't think he's in shape. He just said his shape. First 3 reps, boy, he tired, boy. But anyway, like I say, on the defensive side, man, I think we headed in the right direction. We finna get ready for Big 12, y'all, for the Big 12 play. So, what team in the Big 12 that y'all looking at or have seen so far this year that match up good with Colorado? Coach Trey.
Kansas State gonna be a problem. They're very disciplined. They got a heck of a running back too, tandem, and they're using Dylan Edwards the way we was gonna use Dylan Edwards. I think they're pretty well. It's jobs. I also think Oklahoma State gonna be a football game. Uh, Everybody gonna be catching their strides. The reason I'm so worried about the Kansas State game is because we could be rolling real good, like the offense and defense rocking and rolling. We take a break after UCL. I would want to catch, but the other good thing is they on a bye that week too. So if they hot, they'll be cooling themselves down. So we'll be both coming off a bye, playing each other. But Kansas State is the team, probably the team that most people feel right now going to win the Big 12. They should be probably in the leader house, especially with Utah losing their quarterback and him being gone for the season.
I see the good thing you'll know by Saturday because Kansas State take on Oklahoma State if I'm not mistaken. I
Yep.
think they take on each other. So what you're going to see is this one. They're the two teams. I watch Kansas State quarterback, and when I tell you he a gazelle, if you don't contain, if you don't, he ran so much, man. I'm sitting over there, and he made it look easy. He made it look easy. They're a very disciplined team. They get 5 yards at a time. It's like they cut you slowly. They cut you slowly, and it's frustrating because you think you're there. That quarterback scoots over there 15 yards. The quarterback turn around 10 yards. Quarterback throws for 20 yards. So it's frustrating. So you're gonna have to be a mature defense to handle Kansas State. Oklahoma State, it is what it is. They will lose to a team they shouldn't lose to, but when them big games come up, I give him his props. He get them boys ready. He get them boys ready for big games. The little games, sometimes they'll get out there and they won't do it. But what Colorado have, every game is a Super Bowl. So even as Baylor, Cincinnati, or whatever, Colorado cannot go out there for, let's say, 0 games.
Right.
Because when a team beat them, they won the Super Bowl because everybody talks about it. Oh, did you see them beat them? Did you see it? They are a great team. But when Colorado beat them, oh man, that team ain't nothing. That's the worst team. Man, that's the worst team in the Big 12. Man, you know my grandmama should have beat that team, man. That team ain't had no business being out on the field. But if Baylor beat them, man, did you see Baylor put that performance out there? They look like, man, I tell you, Baylor look like they might do something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You might be right. They're gonna move the goal for y'all. But also, before we get out of here, the job Coach Prime doing, man. We got to get the dude his props, man. Think he brought the team together. He keep them humble. He keep them hungry, and I just think he's doing a good job this year to me. He's still learning. He's learning from last year, and he don't prove some adjustment, and it don't work out. So what kind of job y'all think Coach Prime has done as a head coach for Colorado this year?
I mean, he's been doing a great job. Again, he finally got himself in a seat where he's comfortable, and he had to get everything quickly. He couldn't really think about. You see how long it took him to get a defensive coordinator. He went through a
Right,
process to get the right person to coach his defense. He didn't have though. He didn't have that kind of luxury. He didn't have that kind of luxury last year. He had to hurry up and get him a defensive coordinator, hurry up and get him an offensive coordinator, and so now he's putting his touches on everything, and he's hands on a little bit more. He told y'all last year, I kind of should have been a little bit more hands on than what I was. But coaches learn from their mistakes, and the biggest thing is he went out and got guys that want what's best for Coach Prime. See, when you work for a head coach, you should want what's best for him because see, at the end of the day, he the one taking the losses.
right.
Now, when they win, they talk about all the coaches, right? They talk about how great the defense is.
Yeah,
They're gonna talk about how great Coach Sherman is, and this coach did this. But when they lose, it's always just Coach Prime's fault. But what he went and got was guys that'll stand up and on the table and say, "Hey, don't blame Coach Prime for that. Blame me." Or, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure I do my best because I don't want people to blame stuff on Coach Prime." So yes, he's doing a great job. But the biggest thing is he's doing a great job of raising great young men. It's some great young men in that room that might not make it to the NFL, but they're gonna be professionals at something else, and you gonna remember that hey, them guys was coached by Deion Sanders, and you go and he's sending young men back home to their parents ready for life, ready to take on the battles, because life ain't easy. You get
right,
what I'm saying? And so what he's doing for young men and what he's doing and then what he's doing for the state of Colorado and that little city of Boulder, what he's done for the economy and what he's done for the people. Nobody talks about that because it's irrelevant. But we still got the team down there in Georgia still getting people arrested every week. But don't nobody talk about that because they winning football games,
right,
right? But
right.
if we was in Colorado, that'll be the first thing on ESPN. Dun 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 dun. Colorado got kids getting arrested for ain't got no. Just make it make sense. Let our coach get the same treatment that every other coach gets. That's all we asking for. But he's doing a great job right now, B. Watts. You can't do nothing but tip your hat to him.
Right.
I'd have to tell you this one here. Coach Prime was fighting for his life. People do need to realize his
Right.
health was not there when he got to Colorado. He
You're right
could,
about that.
and can you imagine you're a man, somebody telling you we might have to take a leg. You might have to take a leg. Not only your leg, you could possibly lose your life. Because when he was at Jackson State, they thought, for a minute with them blood clots and everything else was going on. That was a lot. That's a lot. That's major surgeries that he's had, major surgeries. And to see him get over that hill and not only get over that hill, conquer that hill, now you're seeing he's rejuvenated. He's got that side taken care of, and he's getting that's controlled. Now he's settled, like Coach Dre said. Financially, I tell people now, them people ain't seen this kind of money before. Hundreds of millions of dollars going in that program. And I tell you something else. When was the last time y'all talked about Colorado before Coach Prime got there? I tell all the purist CU fans and all the ones that the alumni, when was the last time y'all was winning? When was the last time ESPN talked to you? When was the last time you was on TV every week? When's the last time you had all those sellouts? It's the reason. It's Coach Prime. So when you're jumping on something and you're up there with these, this is what I laugh at. Now the expectation and this is why I put it to you this way, even simpler. When's the last time a 5-star went to Colorado? When's the last time 4 stars went to Colorado? Now the expectation is every time they see a 5-star, they expect Coach Prime to bring a 5-star. You never had it before. Now all of a sudden it should be abracadabra. I say, people, stop it. He done took this place to a level it hasn't seen since McCarthy was there. You better appreciate it. It reminds me of this one here. Should do 2 and 12. When you get things special like that, you better enjoy it. When you get a coach like Coach Prime, you better enjoy it. Ask Jackson State. Them good old days when you feel it, when all those I can guarantee you, them businesses in Jackson, Mississippi, hot about now. They ain't as full as they used to. Them stadiums ain't as full as it used to be. Them when they go on them road games, they ain't selling out like they used to. That's the Coach Prime effect. You ain't seeing them stars and stuff like that. Not only that, I'm gonna tell you this one here. Look at the football. You can say whatever you want. Well, he ain't want. I can guarantee you Colorado football look better than it did with that 111 team. Next thing, young ladies. You need to go over there, and young ladies really need to stand up. Coach Prime is going to be sending men to you that's going to be the head of your household as a team that y'all going to go and do great things together. That's what I'd be saying, kudos. I tell all the women, y'all better stand up. Y'all gonna have y'all some men. You ain't gonna have no little chumps. You ain't gonna have no little boys. You gonna have men ready, God-fearing men in most cases, that's gonna be ready to start homes and stuff like that. So those are the kind of, and that ain't even football. That's life. And that's what a Coach Prime effect is. So those are the things I say about Coach Prime, man. When he filling your pockets up and he filling the homes up with fathers. So Coach Prime doing his thing. Kudos to you, sir.
All right, guys, let's end this show on this topic right here. What do y'all think about the content creators for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes and the fans that have been supporting Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes?
I mean, as for me and mine, me and my brother, we started. It happened organically. I tell people all the time. 2 years ago, you wouldn't have saw Coach Dre doing this. I got on here because my boys was getting recruited. Getting them to school was my biggest thing. To any other CU Dino's out there doing this thing. You see Prime in Sports. You see Chico, and you see all those guys doing great work. Again, it's always about the positivity. And you wonder why Coach Dre say he always positive. It's enough negative going on in the world. And what happens is when you get negative, and you go to losing a negative argument, you know what happens? People start taking personal shots because they losing in it's just a little simple argument. Unless you just stay positive, and like you say, nobody talks about the good stuff that people do. They only talk about the bad stuff. So man, when you on this train and you ride with this Colorado stuff, you see Coach Prime, he deflects all the time from that negative stuff. I could do this. If y'all want us to do this now, we can go there, but I ain't gonna do this because that ain't me. I done changed my life. So we showing people how to be better. And sometimes we ask ourselves why kids act like they act, because adults act like they act. And so for all content creators out there that rock with B Watts, myself, like I say, I found Uncle Steve through this, him watching us on Rob the Man Media and us just doing our thing. Again, I'm not a content creator. I'm just here to help. I'm just a nobody trying to be my goal. So, cause again, if you ain't got my phone number, you can't call me. B Watts can call me if he got a problem. Rob can call me. I got to get Coach Uncle Steve's number so he can call me if he needs something. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't got 1,000 numbers in my phone. I just picked up. I had about 30. I probably got about 35 to 40 since I started this CU stuff. But man, I'm just like I told y'all, I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody, man. So anybody out there that need any help or you want to talk about football, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to teach life. I ain't just trying to teach football. I'm trying to teach life, and that's always going to be my calling.
When you're talking about content creators, you need to realize that the truth isn't told anymore. All you hear is feelings now. And the problem I have when it pertains to people talking about Coach Prime in Colorado, it's no facts. You're talking about a guy made up something about kids, talking about shooting and guns and all that. And that wasn't true. You have other things talking about two just left because he was set. That wasn't true. It's protocol. If you have a problem concussion or what, not, he didn't have a concussion, but you get hit in the head, you and your other Chidozie, you're going to the back before all those people start. So them going to a fashion show, yeah, that's an NIL deal. It's just the how they twist and fabricate their stories. You need content creators to tell the truth, because if you don't, lies add up. And people have gotten to the point where people don't spend no time. If you tell me something, I'm gonna look it up. You ain't gonna just tell me no anything. Not me. You ain't gonna tell me no anything. Oh yeah, I believe. No, I don't believe. No, no. I'm gonna go write it down. Say where you say this and that. Okay, I know Google. I know how Google works. I can go Google. I got encyclopedia. I know how to get to the information. I know how to get the information, and thank goodness for those creators to come out and be able to tell the truth. Not only do they tell you the truth, they got the film to back up what they're saying. So you need those content creators, and people want to see things in its true light. And that's what they're getting. So they've opened doors for people, these content creators, which is beautiful, because now people got careers because of these content creators. People got income coming in now, and that's good for them. And I say kudos to them. But you also want to have it as content creators need to be responsible. I always tell people, I don't want to lie to people. That's not going to be me. I don't have to tell you, let me be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you up front. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. That is what it is. But with those content creators, I think they're doing a fantastic job. And what I like is this one here, B Watts. What God has for you, He has for you. If Unc Neely has 100,000 and keep going to 200,000, that's his. God is putting you where yours is coming, because you don't need number one person to see you, B Watts, and say, I want to put him on a TV show, or I want to put him on. It just take one person. So it ain't no 100,000. That one person, I really like something about that person or that content creator. So with that being said, they're doing an outstanding job. They need to keep doing it, and we want the truth. Just like we want the funk. Gotta have the funk. We want the truth, and that's what we should be asking for and demand at all times.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank the chat for participating. And if you go back and watch the replay, all the thing we ask you to do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. We talked about tonight Colorado defense coordinator Robert Levinson has Colorado defense headed in the right direction along with Steve Willis and Coach Drake. Once again, thank all of y'all for tuning in tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night with Greg said it, and I'll be back Friday night, and I'll be back Saturday night do the post game show. I'm putting Steve Willing to work for that shirt he got all week long. Let him know come on. But once again, like I said, I appreciate everybody that participate. Appreciate the fellas for joining me tonight. Steve Wood and Coach Dre. Man, y'all been a blessing to me in my life. And I appreciate y'all being in my life. And when hey, y'all ever need me, I'm there for you, brother. I trust me. I'm gonna be there for you. But once again, I'm gonna let y'all get a last word. We're gonna be out of here.
Thank y'all for coming. All the people out there, Miss Selma Johnson, I tell them all the time, and all the other people who are just faithfuls, supporting B Watts and supporting Coach Dre and all the rest, Rob the Man, everybody out there. I tell you, you could have been anywhere, but you decided that you wanted to be here tonight. And like I tell you, people like, oh, I'm telling you because this comes from my heart. I appreciate you. If it's just one person, I appreciate you because you.
Mhm.
That one person changes things. And all I need is just that one person to go out there and be able to change the world. And that's the key. So thank y'all. God bless. And it's always a pleasure. And I salute you.
I mean, you know, for me, it's always uh, trying to bless somebody, always trying to make somebody, like you say, you never know what somebody going through. So if you can get on here and listen to me and my brothers and my uncle talk, and it makes your day feel a little better, if we brighten up your evening, and that's what we here to do. Like you say, we're gonna always speak life into you because that's what you need. It's enough of wrong. Your eyes get full of enough wrong in your day to not have to come here and do that. Make sure you love the people that love you. Love the people that love you. Don't take nobody for granted. Let people know you appreciate them. Let them know you love them. And man, as I always say, man, if we no shifts out, no shit. Your prayers can be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my Uncle Steve. That's my brother B. Watt. Hey, we appreciate you and love your time. God bless.
Appreciate the fellas. Y'all have a good night, and thank everybody for tuning in. Good night, fellas. Appreciate everybody. Vanessa Jones, new subscriber, good podcast. Hey, I appreciate that. Didn't have to do it, but I appreciate it. Nayo, appreciate you. Y'all have a good night. You're watching Sports Talk with B Watts Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watt.
We said.